sir.
Please. Yeah.
Bless up, morning shower later, right? Those three quick points I want to make. For one, I saw the tour yesterday, part of the tour with Mr. Vegas showing so forth, and I was so ecstatic, just looking at the hospital and seeing how magnificent that place look. I really, and the doctor quarter being so near, that look like it can house about over 50 doctors and nurses.
It's actually 80, I think it is. Or
80, all right, you see? And so I only hope that it wasn't Dr. Jaws who was behaving politically, because for a man in that capacity and behaving politically, it would be so, so unprofessional of him. I just hope it wasn't him and it was someone else. Probably somebody who would.
It was not Dr. Dawes.
Oh, I'm so happy to know that, because, and I hope it wasn't a politician either, because knowing that the health sector is putting up such a marvelous building with no additional tax onto the people, we have to just give Dan Jones' government an applaud.
Him say the doctor I'm talking about says him want to see the tent over. Listen to what I'm saying and listen to how I'm saying it. I'm saying it exactly how he said it. The tent no one say. The tent over corner that me come for say. No, you're not about this. A tent no one say. We say which tent? Which tent? Somebody tell him say there's a tent over corner the people under. That he want to say. And even when we are trying to start the thing out to say, hey, you can't go over there without, you can't lead a delegation into a hospital without notifying the CEO, the chief medical officer. You can't do that. People don't just walk into hospitals, so. Because even if you go there to see your loved one, there's a protocol. You don't just walk in there. And that is what this Dr. Command Boy wanted to do. Well, he actually did it. He did it. He walked in there anyway. He went there, opened the gate and went in there.
So,
thankfully,
I don't really want to...
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't really want to come down on the securities who were there, but what did the security team did that was there? Because...
The security see a group of men that come. Right? Big men. Right? The security see a big, powerful man a come. Look like
so he
real
does have to...
master with the marshals them round him. What do you think the security are going to do?
Oh, he does. I know some security in the past who would stand their ground and say, look here, you can't come in here. But you see, based on diplomacy nowadays.
Because can I say something to you though? Permission was given. Let me put it in context for you. Some level of permission was given to the leader himself. Said to him, look, while this was not an authorized or organized visit, I think it is okay for you, the leader, on your security, one of your security, and one of your other persons to go with you inside. So that's 3 persons could actually go and go. Instead they march along, man, the whole entourage, man. Except there were some persons who did not go. And I have to highlight the fact that Janice Allen said it. Janice Allen did not go. Kerry Thomas didn't go.
So why did they try to let this become political now?
Because that is what common people do. The leader of the opposition is a politician. Him coming in an orange shirt. But that never deterred me. Me still treat him, the way he needed to be treated.
According to his office.
I don't believe that. But not only that. I don't believe that him as an individual was the one who was digging for dirt. As I said to you before, if the leader was guided by individual, because I hijack it, you know, because it was really supposed to be Kerry who is calling the shots. But that command boy who believes that him own the right to speak above persons, take and drag the leader, and I said, don't compromise the man. Don't do that, because what you're going to do now, you're going to put the leader of the opposition in a compromising position now, where, you know, he walks into this place, he's denied entry, and it's not gonna look good. It's not gonna look good. So I said, not do it that way, my brother. That was the I said, don't do it that way, man. Start the proper channel now. So not go over there and it look embarrassing, and then there's a confrontation and all of that stuff. So the security did the right thing.
Can I get a second to say something?
Yes, go ahead.
If it is that person, I can't believe, because that person, you know, that it's a breach, it's a thing there, that's trespassing, because that person have no capacity to go anywhere in government, you know, if it's actually that person, you know. That person who is causing so much problem in Jamaica, you know. Right? That person who is troubling children and all those things.
No. No, sir. I don't know. Look here.
No, we're not going down the road now. We're not going down the road now.
No, brother.
I hope it's not that person.
Yeah. No, brother.
No, let's speak to the fact of what happened. Yeah, and Choppa was here. Let's deal with the facts of what happened. Thanks, Mr. Noi. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Noi. Son of Punkos. What say you? Yes, Mr. Noi, please.
Yeah, man. Morning to all.
Blessed
Choppa, as you know, I visited that facility, and extensive tour and access was given to the group of us that was there with the Honorable Minister of Health. And yes, you know, one of the things that I realized with a lot of Jamaican people, especially content creators, you know, and for the past weeks, I've been on really show where they matter about the Constitution Reform Committee, right? And so various other topics will come up, and a lot of people, and me over there like a lone soldier, I fight the good fight, and sometimes Joshua chip in.
Some fight you just have to leave alone. I tell you that.
No, well, no, here what happened now, Choppa. Here what happened now, Choppa. Right? I mean, no, Yanim having a local, you know.
You me good, man. Me say my piece and me good. I never get them G stringing and nothing, you know. Me good.
But here what happened now, right? Here what happened now. I asked them the other day, say, why when the government, I mean, I say JLP now, you know, because people need to understand the distinction. Because why when the government have certain achievements or post certain things, or have certain offerings, or certain new initiative, me know here we go as hard with these things. When I say we can't discuss the negative or the bad or things we see might deem corrupt, me not say we have freedom of speech. Right? We discuss whatever we want to discuss, but what I say, give the same favor to the developments that's happening, the good news that's happening, right?
Never hear that from them, brother.
The response was that, hey, the good things that happen, we don't need to highlight that, we never push that. We need to push that. I say, but hold on. One of the things, you know, is that we have to give people hope. We have to give people information. Because everybody are going to say the news, and everybody going to see the 50 garbage truck, and everybody see the 100 bus, and everybody going to know about the SLB. No,
we never see them post that up over there, you know.
Right.
You will never see them post that up over the Punkos. And that is them and them fall out.
I'm telling them, I said, this is the issue, Choppa John. I don't know. This is the issue, you know. Be a little bit more balanced, right? I want to ask, only to be the mouthpiece of the government, you know, what we are saying. The same favor we want to show to the so-called negative, right? And the same balance on to show towards the good. Because guess what? If awareness will not draw on, right? Show awareness on the other side too. You understand me? And I'm going to say something to them, you know. Let me tell you something. Politicians have led the development in this country. I'm not talking about JLP or PNP, you know. Single and I'm talking about overall. When you look on the development of this country, right? It has been politicians. There's nothing that happens in this country without the access granted by politicians. So make we give the politicians them a little bit more credit than stop calling all of them thief and criminal and this and that, right? When we local artists get stranded are in trouble overseas, the first people them call upon is the leader of the country or the minister of foreign affairs. Them not call upon a private businessman. Them not call upon them mother nor them father. And these are some of the things we highlight to them.
Right now,
I say we have politicians because of how they are. They retired broke or died broke.
Share the program, guys. Share the program. Share the live and tap the screen so we stay active, please.
You know, so I highlight these things and them your propaganda and your mouthpiece and your damage control and you know
what? Why me have you? Why me have you, sir? Because the problem me have with them, you know. Me and them, you remember say you and I used to be over there. And I used to have conversation with them. But the problem I have is that you cannot get up every single day, as you just reiterated, on a platform and all you can say about Jamaica is what is bad. Something is wrong with that. Just your claim. And this is for Reedy. Reedy claim say, I should him give me promotion, but because I don't hold no grudge still. But just beat him and let him go. If him, I tell you already in the Punkos. Any day them ready. We can take on him, Akan, all of them. Me alone. And all me a debate plan is facts. Them can draw all kind of personal opinion them want. Me a come with facts. I'm certain with half my brains tied behind my back, I can beat them street and lane because them cannot debate me when it comes to facts. They cannot debate me, not even at midnight when they fast asleep, when it comes to the factual information about Jamaica. They cannot win it. They can win an argument on propaganda and what is called alternative facts. But when it comes to the real McCoy of what happens in Jamaica, them can't beat me on it. And that is why they don't want me on the platform. Because when we come over there, me rubbish them argument. Because their arguments, most of the time, Punkos, is baseless. It has no basis.
Choppa done.
Yes, I.
Choppa. You know, when I question what I want to ask, because I keep hearing people talk about PNP build this, PNP build that, PNP build school. So since you're not on the topic of health, I know you have your information them and you know most of the other guys. Me want to ask between 1990 and the time they left government in 2007. How much hospital was built by the PNP in the 18 years? Because my recollection you know that most of those were what you call it refurbish or maybe look work done upon it. Renovated. So me want you tell me and tell Jamaica.
Focus. Answer down the because me that says zero. Zero.
Alright. Him say build, but I think him build or refurbish. I think he's stretching it a little bit. Not even a quarter paint. We can tell him.
Alright.
Let me ask
the question.
Let
me mute the mic.
No.
Yeah, but mute.
I left Kingston. I went to live in Port Antonio in 1994, right? And I visited a hospital up there. We started to work on Coronation Breaking. We used to go to the hospital 3 times a week, right? And we did that for about 2 years straight. I've never seen that hospital refurbish or paint within that 2 year stretch there, right? When we come back to Kingston, we live in West Kingston, almost about 50 or 100 meters away from the Kingston Public Hospital. I have, during that time, the 90s I tell about, you know, I have never seen that hospital even get a coat of paint. Yeah, and it's a two hospital I tell about in 2 different parishes, right? Now we have seen what happened to Cornwall region. This is decades of neglect, you know. I remember the PNP had the longest continuous run.
I told that to the leader of the opposition yesterday. I said it is neglect over the years that brought Cornwall Regional to where it is. And that is why I told them, I said that is why the minister now has placed so much emphasis on putting together a very active and powerful maintenance team, because he cannot afford for what happened to Cornwall to happen to this. That's what I told the leader of the opposition yesterday in no uncertain terms.
What was his response? Did he have a response?
As I said to you, nothing that I said to the leader of the opposition yesterday that was not received in a positive way. I'm telling you that wholeheartedly. Nothing, no comment, there's nothing that he asked, no question that was asked that was answered, and he wasn't pleased. And because there are things I'm asked and he can't answer. I'm going to tell him straight, say, hey, that's above my pay grade, you know. Hey, I mean, I'm going to the politics of that, you know. I don't know about that. One thing I did invoke a little bit of politics in is when he spoke about the importance of getting staffing ready for the hospital when it becomes activated. And I pointed out to him, well, I think Senator Janice Allen made mention of a shortage of doctors and nurses in Jamaica and the fact that they are migrating. And I said to the leader that I noticed that the minister, well, I didn't say the minister, I said I noticed that the government of which you're a part had put in place now a mechanism and a facility to train doctors, and monies have been provided for persons to go and do training in the medical field. There's funding for that. And he said it's not, I think I mentioned the word free, and he said, no, it's not free. Somebody's paying for it. I said, yes, you and I, taxpayers, we are paying for it. But there's a facility in place now where government is actively offering incentives for persons to be trained. Also, the recruitment of staffing for the hospital has already begun. I pointed that out to him, because I'm not going to sit there and allow anybody to come go on like nothing and go on. It not go happen as long as my breath a blow.
So Chops, I know that we will be paying. I know that we will be paying for it, but will they put on any additional tax for us to pay for that?
Taxes? This government don't put on no new taxes and nothing at all. Without adding any new taxes to the people of Jamaica. Tell them for me now, please. We have some bright people in the comment section there. Tell us how many quarters we have gone so far without adding any new taxes. No new taxes. Read my lips. No new taxes. Absolutely not. However, on the contrary, if you were to vote for the People's National Party, they already told you that every initiative that they are thinking about will have to be financed through new taxes, right? Damian Crawford, no less a person than my brethren, Damian Crawford, had stated that for him to add more money to the education budget, he will add 1% more to GC. Crawford, a senior member of the spokesperson cabinet for the PNP. I know me say so, and Damian say so. So if them tell you so for them plans to add new taxes, them the first time. Okay? That's my view.
Choppa. Our next topic, our next conversation with they come up over there, a guy named IB, and I think Canada come from one of them places.
Yes.
Was belittling and
challenge police every day. You don't know him?
Yeah, man. In not a sense, man. You know, I belittle and I berate the tourism sector. I say tourism not know one of the big hotels them alone.
Because
you know,
he's
benefit
ignorant. He doesn't understand how money works.
What on a chopper? And I hate when Jamaicans use the hotel industry and say these things. Because I said, all right, listen now. If you're going to use the hotel industry as a foreign company, right? Then we could get rid of KFC then. We could get rid of Burger King. You understand me? There's so many other companies who we can get rid of. Right? So me say Jamaicans go overseas and have companies also. So what? America shouldn't allow Jamaicans to come over there and have companies. You know, Jamaicans have big companies in America and Canada and these places. Right?
Foreign direct investment is a part of our economy.
But when I say to you, Chopper, when I say to the panel, I say, listen, I could look on tourism as a business and stop looking at it and say, boy, oh, poor people now benefit. I say, when the construction are going with these major hotels, right? It is Jamaicans who do the construction. When you look on the taxi men them who transport the construction worker them from point A to point B to the construction site, are Jamaicans drive the taxi them. Right? No, when you look on the workers them who actually working at the hotel them, right? It's Jamaicans work in the hotel them. But make a lower Chopper, make a lower. When you look on the Airbnb.
Me want to look a bit them. Just want to add something to that investment of Jamaican abroad. There's a Jamaican that own a company in Canada that builds container and trailer body, you know. That is something where you people might don't know of. I went to that gentleman home. I am the one that built his kitchen cupboard in Montego Bay. He owns a company in Canada that builds trailer body and container. Yeah, a Jamaican. Continue.
If we are broadening the tourism spectrum now, Chopper John and panel, right? When we look on the Airbnb,
yeah,
right? When you look on the cottage industry, when you look on the food industry, because the farmers them and the market people directly feed into these places, right? So persons who are adding an additional room for have Airbnb, right? People if you go up on the Airbnb site and just type in St. Anne. Just type in St. Anne Airbnb and see the amount of Airbnbs in a St. Anne alone, right? And these are regular people, regular homes. They retrofit them home a little bit and they are doing well per Airbnb. That is part of the tourism industry too. And I'm saying, what are we saying? We love to highlight and push negative, especially lies and fake information. And it hurts us because guess what? I mean, I thought it hurt JLP, you know. When people don't have hope, Chopper. That's why I post these things, Chopper. To give people hope in the country. Where people can work hard, where people believe and say, boy, you know, say, we can rise above certain things. These are the reasons why I do it, and I just forget vote for JLP. It's to give the wider society hope. I was at a Jamaican function last night in a Den Haag, right, in a Netherlands here. And I met some Jamaicans who, all of them, I do really well, Chopper. Really well. And they all say, listen, we are going back to Jamaica to live. And when we start telling them some things about what going to Jamaica, it'll give them even more push. I met some of them who have children here, who have never been to Jamaica, and the children, them talk part of everything, and the children say, look here now, we are going to Jamaica to live. So when we push out the negative, what are we doing? Are we helping? Or are we hurting? And this is what I try to tell Reedy and Hugh Richards and all these other people over there. You understand me? Say, we want to give people hope. Everything is not perfect, you know. But we have to see the good, we have to highlight the good, so we give people hope and say, boy, all right, make us try a little bit harder. Make us improve on certain things.
So, Punkos, when you ask them the simple question like, why is it that you only bring awareness, according to him, to the negatives? What has he to say? What him say? What defense to that?
Well, Reedy say he has highlighted some good and them thing there. Mr. Really,
When?
honestly, I've never seen it. Me not say me do it, you know. Me just never see it. You understand me? Me never see it. So say him highlight the student loan something, him highlight some other little things and them thing there. But me say, all right, you never spend 4 or 5 days a highlight these things. You spend a week and a half a highlight anything quote unquote negative come up. You spend a whole week on it.
But when the plane land in Jamaica with those persons and the system that Jamaica create,
whole week on it.
but when the system work, you know, in that it detect a plane that other countries never even find, and we found out, we took action to ensure, and he never highlighted that. Home defense.
I tell never. He never.
Nah, spend no time to get no clothes. But any day I'm ready. Me not have no grudge against him, you know, because you know we don't hold grudges. But any day I'm ready.
Me listen to him all the time. Never once highlight no good at all.
Any day I'm ready, then can come. Me have a debate. Because they can't debate me on facts. Can never. I mean, I have to tell one lie
guys,
and spread the propaganda. Facts. We can deal with
guys, me want to bring up something when me just see just now. Me I watch this thing will come out of the US where people in the hospital and waiting bench for days and hours and that they have to call in the people them who are in charge to look into this. I mean, I said then all these Jamaicans were in the US we are protesting and talk about healthcare at Jamaica all the time. Them not see this in the US where them live. The big first world country. But as any little thing happening in Jamaica and healthcare, they make a big scene out of it.
Kind of much about them because them are protest. They don't work the salt. Some of them spend up waking team argue about them. Because we done with them. We give them enough highlights already.
You see when them protest
that I shared yesterday. Yes.
You see when them protest, then give people the drive in a Jamaica. People who even ain't know nothing, you know. People who not even take it time out for know nothing. Just by seeing these protests and hear these things, then run with it and make it look like a whole big thing. But may I say, how nobody now highlight that? And this is a first world country. That means these things can happen anywhere. So why making such a big deal out of it for Jamaica? I don't. Me say them people are just orange to them bone, and that's all it is.
Political experience, man.
That's all it
campaigning. That's all they're doing.
Sorry again, chaps. Let me say something again. You see, if people hate you, you can't teach them.
True.
You can't teach haters nothing, because they will never listen to you. So when we have reasoning with the PNP, anybody of the PNP, notice how bitter they are.
Give me a second to say something.
Set of people.
Chops, you can't add Philippian.
They are not going to listen because they have a lot of hatred in them.
Come true, Philippian. Where are you there? Philippian are the ultimate. Philippian are Ren.
Good morning, everybody. I don't mean to cut into what you're saying, Strength, but I wanted to also add to what Sam is saying, that in Jamaica there are a lot of, and I've said this before, there are a lot of social patients on the hospital wards living. People leave their sick mother and fathers at the hospital and they never pick them up back, and they are now living on the hospital wards on the beds and they're taking up spaces, and then no one wants to hold themselves accountable for this. They blame government.
I don't know if you see the video of Philippians. Did you see the video? I just was on TikTok and I see it making rounds in the US. People waiting for hours.
But there's another one. There's one that I shared yesterday. There's one I shared yesterday, Philippian and my brother. I don't know if Philippian has it or Punkus or Strength or anybody, where it is in Canada that there's an issue, and we posted it yesterday. So if any one of you guys can play it, it's mostly audio, but if you can play it, it would be good, because because when I post it, I asked the question, is this, they made a mistake? Because this is not Canada, this is actually in Jamaica. And people say, no, it is in Jamaica, it is in Canada. I said, no, this is in Jamaica, it cannot be Canada.
Of course, same thing me say about the video when me watch just now, me say I can't, the big United States this.
Well, can somebody play the audio for that one, Punkus? I don't know if you have it.
They have actual videos in the hospital and everything. A clip of actual videos of people waiting and stuff like that in the hospital in the US. And I don't hear all these people who are in the US are cry about healthcare at Jamaica say anything about this.
But brethren, we have problems globally. Jamaica is not unique.
Thank you.
There's nothing happening in Jamaica that is not happening. Well, the only thing
there is no perfect country. There is no perfect country.
Our economy is growing. We came back better out of COVID than any other country in the Western Hemisphere. So there are some things that we are doing right. There are certainly some things that we are better at than the PNP. Well, not the PNP, than other countries, right? And one of them is our ability to recover from COVID and recover our economy very well. So it does prove to you when you see these videos of countries. I know.
I just wish the people them would
Sam, hold on, Sam. Choppa.
All right.
You know what may highlight to them. Me say, you know, I'm gonna keep telling people this over and over, right? When you look at wholesalely what this government has done, right? There's no other time in the history of Jamaica, none, where you actively see development before your eyes, right? Active, and enough people love to say, oh, the Chinese are do this. And me say, hold on, but the Chinese do it in every country. That's only that too. Every country in the world, right, have persons who are from other countries who do major projects. Who do major projects? Well, Dubai, you understand me? Most of the construction of the architect going to Dubai is not Dubai architect or construction people. They come from England, they come from Switzerland, they come from all different places.
Every country does that, brother.
Every country do it.
Top up the screen.
Right. Or even twist certain things. Right? Choppa, you know, so I don't know if you know this, Choppa. On the highway, when the Chinese just started and they do demolition, the explosives, it was Chinese who were doing it, you know. And they trained Jamaicans to do the explosive. We never have none of them, apart from the JDF. We never have private people who do demolition with explosive like that to that magnitude, you know. No, all of the explosive demolition we're going for the mountains and stuff like that on the highway. Are Jamaicans doing it? Jamaicans, we're doing it so good that other Caribbean islands and other territories are employing these same Jamaicans to go over there and do that type of work. And nobody's highlighting these things.
Yes, we were talking to the young man who is currently working on the perimeter road, and he's doing those things.
Listen, I live in the Bahamas.
So if you don't know anybody who needs jobs, they need workers for the Montego Bay perimeter road.
I live in the Bahamas, and a lot of the maintenance for the power company is Jamaican subcontractors have them here. So you know, when we see people complain about the few people who come to Jamaica for work, they're ridiculous because Jamaicans is all over the world working in other people's countries. So I don't even know why they go that extreme for even do that. Here in the Bahamas, the biggest, what employ the most people is hotels, and I don't think there is one Bahamian that own a big hotel here in the Bahamas. They all owned by foreigners, and he employ the massive of the people here in the Bahamas, and people not complain about it. Even Jamaicans, Bush Stewart have sandals here, and I mean, I can't. People go to work and make their money and not complain about it. But I don't know Jamaicans. Even the hotel them attack at Jamaica. How can you attack a business that provides work for your country? You're crazy. You're sick. What if you do pack up and go home and everybody's long at the yard? Like,
it's all wrong. You can attack business, but attack civil servants. That is a line. That's the blurry line that was crossed.
But Choppa, you may say, right? Me say on the platform the other day, me say, look here, we love to beat politicians. Certain things we jump and say, boy, a corrupt and politician, this and them thief and them. Me say, listen, the downfall of JS boss, a Jamaican people, the regular same poor people don't love something there, right? Most of the institutions in Jamaica, the downfall of them is by the regular people. When they look at JUTC, you know, what understand? When you look on JUTC and the high level of theft of gasoline, under the management or politicians or the minister of transport at TFIT, right? And we who work in the system, when you look on the amount of fraud where them catch conductor and driver a thief money over the years. When you look on JPS, when you look on the cable, the telecoms company, where a man a thief all 4, 5, 6 miles of wire, you know. Well, a whole parish knockout in on a telecom, no internet, no, you know, business suffer, you know. These are not politicians doing these things. Here, Jamaica, I'm gonna mention all of them. Say, are we mash up these institutions? Are we?
And then guess what? Are the very same people come back complain and say, look, we don't have no service in our community, knowing say, are the same Jamaicans thief the wire. Why we don't have no service in this community? They know these things. Are them same one mash it up and turn on and complain and say, look, the government not doing nothing. I never say I set up people more ridiculous ever. Man?
Choppa, you know our mutual friend at JPS. You know who me attack, right?
At JPS?
Yeah, man. Our mutual friend, man. The big woman, man.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. I had a conversation with her some time ago. And when she tell me the amount of repair work that they have done on street lights, right? The street lights alone, you know. And people don't understand, say, and it's not a light where you go buy one wholesale or one shop or haberdashery. They have to import their special lights, right? Even the lampshade. And them said there was a stretch, she said many times there's a stretch of road where them put, like I say 20 lights then. And within a month, all of these lights are damaged by either man shoot them out, fling big stone and lick them out, or crash them, crashing at them. And them said, no, we have to replace these lights again. But guess what? They have to order the light them, order the pole them, you understand me? And these things take time to come. So people could, the street not alive for 5 months. She said, but you had new lights a month ago. I want to mash it up. And she said, this have gone with the length and breadth of the country. And she said, no, people I said, boy, JPS thief. She said, we have to pay for these lights. We have to pay for them install. We have to pay for the maintenance and them something there. And when you look on it, most of the time is people with reckless driving or directly shoot out the light them. Because them have and we don't blame the regular poor, because they love you the poor, you know. The poor man who damage infrastructure. Me say you have a water problem in your community and you block your road and mash up your road. You're in your community, you block, you know. Why don't go up to JPS office or NWC office and peacefully protest? Block the gate them up there then. Where you mash up your road. Oh, you have a fix back your road now.
Me say this all the time. Same with the drain, with the throw rubbish in their gullies and drain, and then it started to flood, and they protest and said the government should come and clean it. One of them nasty caused it.
Especially that Philippines. I'm telling you, people eat. Me say, me not telling all. You know, me there Jamaica enough time and them I say, that's why there's something no man. And me say, no, me I look for the garbage. And them I say, look come here with the foreign style. Me say, this is why Jamaican, like, everybody eat and that's it. Just the garbage pan with there, right? This one, you know, take 2 steps, we go put in it. Then just eat it, that's it. Me and my bus one, me I drive one time and I have somebody in my vehicle, you know. And she eat and just throw the thing out the window. One plastic bag. And me I say, why you throw it out the window now? She says it's just a plastic bag. Me I say, if 1,000 somebody do this in the day, 1,000 little plastic bag that, you know. Me say, put it in the vehicle. Then find it like, well then, me I be a certain way. But me I said, these are, you contribute to littering. Me no litter. Me try find the garbage and put it in the garbage. That's why Jamaica like this. Then when the place flood out, then blame government. Me tell us if the government clean up over and over and by next couple months, this very same place where they clean up is black with garbage. Jamaica need a whole cultural restructure. Mindset need to be restructured in Jamaica.
But also, gentlemen, there's another thing that you know we probably want to look at is really and truly the reality as it relates to Jamaica's healthcare system, right? Because I think a lot of politicization are going on where that is concerned, and we're making it out to be that Jamaica's healthcare system is worse than anywhere else in the world, and it gone to the dogs, and it's on the ground, and you know you hear all the kind of different adjectives used to describe it. But the truth is, you know, Punkus, you're aware of this, and many others here. Did you know that persons from Turks and Caicos, persons from Cayman Islands, actually use Jamaica's healthcare system? Yeah, almost every week, if not more than that. Persons are airlifted from Turks and Caicos and Cayman Islands to use the University Hospital of the West Indies, or even KPH. KPH is the largest trauma center in the English-speaking Caribbean. You know? Did you know that? Yes, the same system we in Jamaica, of course. People outside of Jamaica rely on it and use it on a regular. But you see, sometimes, you know, for political gain, we will do just about anything. And that's not right, you know?
Listen,
Choppa.
Me can add to that. Me can add to that. Here in the Bahamas, we there are two hospitals. There's a private owned one and one government owned hospital here in Nassau. The rest of the islands do not have a hospital. They have little health center, small health clinic. So anything they have to airlift them to the capital, which is here, which is one hospital. And me I tell you, say, in a big like Mandeville Hospital. Me I tell you that. Now ask nobody. And me go up there for myself. But me go up there to take something out of my hand and I spend 2 days to see the doctor. I had to come home and go back the next day.
The same healthcare where people love berate, right? Now, I was speaking to 2 ladies yesterday who went to the Andrews Memorial Hospital to have baby, right? Yes. Pay them big up money, you know, because they want the best. And they both met into complications. Do you know where they carried them to? KPH? The Kingston Public Hospital. One of them, another one had her baby up by Yui. Yui, you know?
Yes.
And she had complications. I know where them carry go? Kingston Public Hospital.
Has to be.
So you know, I was speaking to a friend in Long Island, a PNP guy too. But the same hospital thing, right? And he was highlighting that they never have some type of machine at one of the hospital, and the person I don't know if the person died or the person almost died or something like that. And you know, I'm listening to him, I'm listening to him say, it's all like funny. Me say, many of these equipment that the hospitals may not have. Do you know that the government of Jamaica, this Jamaica Labour Party led administration, have standing agreement with private labs, private institutions. So if the hospital don't have a machine that's working or not available, you can go over to the nearest one. You remember the schoolboy when they beat up over the clocks and get a brain hemorrhage or something like that?
Yes.
In St. Elizabeth, yes. Right? He was rushed to Mandeville Hospital, right? And they didn't have the CT scan machine, I think, or it wasn't available at the time. It was a private institution that did the scan on him, right? And then they sent him to Kingston. No, the government paid for that. A lot of people don't know that. Many of these labs.
I know that lab. I know that lab we're talking about.
But Punkus, what might have to happen, you know? Because what is happening in the hospitals is that there are misuse of government properties, the same CT scan machines, all those machines that the government have. They're not being properly utilized by the professionals. Because make no mistake about it, guys. Don't believe that corruption and nefarious activities don't happen within those professional environments. It does. There are doctors who uses government property for their personal stuff. There are doctors who well, let me not say doctors, I don't know who, but there are persons who unplug and damage government equipment in hospitals so as to facilitate patients going to their private hospitals where government will pay for the services, right? But it benefits the private owners. Most of the private owners are doctors who work in the very same hospital that the equipment that they have mirrors the one in the hospital, but unfortunately, the one in the hospital broke down 25 times while his in the...
Well, I can't say bad about the hospital because I had an incident in 2020. I got stabbed 3 times and they rushed me to the hospital. It wasn't that severe because I still was walking and doing everything. But when me hear people say, oh, they go to hospital and they was so injured and they couldn't get no help, but me not see that. Because the minute the vehicle pull up, there was about 5 to 6 persons sitting outside with wheelchairs and the beds and them stuff that them put you on. And
what's their
emergency? And they say yes. There was like bed, what you need, wheelchair, bed, whatever. They put me in a wheelchair, roll me in. The minute they alert a doctor that there's a stop patient, I had 2 doctors around me. They check me so quick, hook up some drips for me fast, and do whatever. I mean, flash style thing. I say, I don't have no bad experience to say, boy, you could and you can't say nobody. And this was in the night, you know. This was in the night. This was like